Yo and hello, welcome to Paneloids, Comic Books, and More. Happy New Year! I'm Jeremiah, and I'm joined by our producer and master of all trades, Kyle, and we are here to discuss everything in comics that we enjoyed and loved about 2025. It was a great year for comics, one of the bests, so this is just our little take on it. Let us know what you feel in the comments, and if you agree with us, disagree with us, have a different opinion, we'd love to know. You can also tell us all about it over on our Discord. Without any further ado, let's start off with the big one. Best continuing series of 2025. Kyle, what do you think was the best continuing series of 2025?
So my favorite, no surprise to anybody, is Absolute Wonder Woman. I know that it did begin in 2024, but it has continued perfectly through 2025, from the writing to the art, coloring, every part about it, even the lettering, everything continues to be consistent. It is my favorite. I think I look forward to it the most. It is a character that was reinvented just enough that it's like the perfect version now, and I think should replace the one we've had.
You always
Forever.
want to replace legacy characters.
I do, but like this one's just tweaked enough, and Kelly has just done what others have done, but done it better. This is my Wonder Woman. Everyone else and every other Wonder Woman will never compare.
It's interesting to me that you say that, because there are so many different versions of Batman. You're allowed to say that's my Batman and still like other Batman. Whereas there's not a super variety of other Wonder Woman. There are, but it's nowhere near the level of Superman or Batman. For you to put your stamp like this is my Wonder Woman, that says a lot. And Kelly and Hayden have done absolutely phenomenal work, and the Eisner Awards agree. For sure. Further solidifies the fact that it is such a groundbreaking and amazing series. For me, my best continuing series is kind of a weird one. Also starting in 2024 and branching into 2025. The bulk of it probably being in 2024, though. Rook Exodus. I've just become obsessed with this series. The last 3 issues, 7, 8, and 9, have been phenomenal. The pacing of the entire series is incredible. The deluxe edition looks and feels beautiful. Jason Farbach and Jeff Johns are doing some just absolute magical work with this series. I honestly feel like Rook Exodus is going to fall under the mantle of just classic cult characters such as like Grendel and Concrete. Not story-wise is very, very different, but just the characters feel like Madman and whatnot. That's what I feel is happening, and I'm glad to be experiencing it firsthand through this series, Rook Exodus.
And I think we'll live long enough to see some adaptation of it, and it will be a huge hit because the foundation's so good.
The world building is nothing like anything else in comics, I feel, at the moment. That's just my opinion. And I cannot wait. As much as I love what Jason is doing, I cannot wait for the first spin-off of this, just so we can get more mythos behind it. Next up, top new series that debuted in 2025. Kyle, what was your pick?
As you may or may not have known, we interviewed Stephanie Phillips just last week. So I have to say Endeavor. I compare it to Yellow Jackets of just like the survival thing, but kids on a boat with no communication to the real world. And it's like a themed boat. So like it's purposeful that there's no connection. Just that fresh of an idea. And like it shows her range too. Because I mean, I could have named any of her books throughout this list, but as like a brand new series, and like Distillery is doing a lot of things, I honestly almost put Galactic by Kurt Pierce. But something with this one, just like the creativity of a grounded but scary situation. I don't know. I'm really excited to see where this goes, and I could definitely see it. I would say TV show, live action show.
I need to admit, I got to eat crow on this one. I was a big hater right at the very beginning, and then they did the name change, and we got to interview Sam Humphries twice and chat with him about this series. But yeah, Sam Humphries' New Avengers has just been absolutely phenomenal. It's a very fun and fresh take on New Avengers, and it's got the feel of what its original name was, Thunderbolts. It's such an interesting take. Anytime a D-list, E-list villain gets a spotlight, I'm there 100%. And the fact that Jackal was the big bad, technically, of this first story arc.
I do believe it's ending with issue 10. I don't know if it's for any reason other than Sam Humphries will be writing Alias for the 25th anniversary, which is really cool. I think that he will fit perfectly on Jessica Jones. Super excited for that. I would obviously love New Avengers to go on for many issues. But after that news, I'm like, yeah, I do think it might be ending at 10, sadly.
What was your favorite limited series of 2025?
I gotta go. My boy, Mark Waid, if you're hearing this, come hang out. A new history of the DC Universe. I really love to be educated because I don't know if it's like my brain. Maybe I'm just overwhelmed with everything, but I don't absorb comics the way others do. And like, I'll be conversing and I'll be like, wait, what do you mean he's covered in baby skin? It's like, I miss things. And, I struggle to read as much as some people, hit 18,000 books for the
We're
year.
adults. We have jobs.
Yeah, and this in itself is a job. So I don't absorb or read as much as I once did. So a 4-issue mini giving me the whole current canon DC universe was exactly what I needed. And it was done so well, just so well. And we're getting a follow-up to it, which is well deserved. So I think just as a whole, it has to be my favorite just off the concept alone.
Yeah, and it's written by the best person that should write it. Mark Waid is a
Yes.
comics historian and has been a part of the DC family for many years. His first job was at DC. He left, came back, left, came back, left, came back. So he knows it all. So to have him be
Yeah.
able to lay it all out there and give us a succinct, this is it right now. Of course, it's going to change. Subject to change. Always subject to change. Yeah, I did an absolutely fantastic job. And some of those covers are phenomenal covers as well.
Yeah, I have quite a few. Yeah.
For me, I'm not only a comics historian buff, but I am a history buff. So my favorite limited series was Out of Alcatraz by Christopher Cantwell and Tyler Crook. The story was just so gripping and told so well. The artwork is some of the absolute greatest artwork you will ever see grace pages of comics. And just the amount of legwork that these two gentlemen put in to making this series as true as it could be is astounding. The fact that Tyler took the time to redo pages because he had the wrong building is insane.
Yep, I remember.
And
Yep.
deserves all the credit that it gets. And like I said when we interviewed them, I cannot wait to get this into a nice hardcover. And Christopher Cantwell said, from your lips to God's ears, God was listening. We are getting a hardcover release of this. Thank you so much, Hunter. Thank you so much, Oni, for doing that. I am beyond excited about that. I really hope at least gets an Eisner nomination next year, if not a full-blown award, because it deserves it for sure. Oni's been doing some insane stuff lately. This, I feel, was the start of that roller coaster ride that Oni's been giving us, and it could not have been any better. It was a home run from the first pitch. Who is your top writer of 2025?
This was very difficult, I will say. Obviously, Snyder's name came into my head. Obviously, Stephanie Phillips' name came to my head. Like I said, I really was a fan of the first issue of Galactic. There's people I wanted to name just because I love them so much. But Philip Kennedy Johnson. So you have Hulk, goes into Infernal Hulk. Then you have Batman and Robin, which I think he started on issue 14, somewhere around there. But like, just the range of like a horror story with Hulk and a father and son crime fighting story that's like actually kind of like deep and like mildly makes you emotional. Besides the other things he's done in between all of there. But I just think 2025, like him working on both of those books leading into Infernal and just continuing with Batman and Robin, which is going to wrap up in like 2 issues, I believe. He's just that consistent. And you have Book of L, like he still slipped in some other gems as well. So I have to give it to him.
I'm going more personal with mine. So for me, writer of the year was AJ Impromptu. He's writing Tales of the Shadow Man. He helped with the Valiant Beyond relaunch. Obviously, I'm a huge Valiant mark. And his writing of Shadow Man, who is my favorite character, has finally brought that character back into like being written very well. So all of that is great. And then I had a personal interaction with him at New York Comic Con. He was not attending New York Comic Con as a creator. He was attending New York Comic Con as a fan and took the time to meet up with me and have a casual conversation and sign a book for me. He didn't need to do that. There was no reason for him to do that. But not only was he just the nicest, he's making the character fucking awesome again. The way that he's writing Shadow Man right now, it is so fucking good because he's finally taking all the great parts of the mythos and making them actually blend, and it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. For a hardcore fanboy, if you are a dedicated fan to the Valiant universe and you're not reading Tales of Shadow Man right now, you're definitely missing out on some of the best stuff. Even from the Dinesh years, this is right up there, if not better than some of it. AJ Impromptu, thank you so much. And also congratulations on the new baby. Kyle, who was your favorite artist of 2025?
So this is solely off Instagram. Jorge Jimenez. I have added his art from his page to our story on Instagram so many times. So if you look at the DMs between us, it's literally him liking probably 50 in the past 2 months. He likes almost every story. And I'm like, I'm really sharing every piece he posts because I think it's that good. To the 10 people that watch our story, I have to show them. I don't even know if I'm understanding that it's him. I'm just like, gotta share this awesome art.
To be handed the reins to Batman to tackle it the way that he has tackled it.
But a Batman #1, nonetheless.
Yes, only the 4th time this has ever happened. So if you go back to the other 3 instances, you're talking Bob Kane, you're talking Greg Capullo. I don't even remember who was the artist on Tom King's run at the moment.
Godfather 3 of the Batman runs. We don't talk about that one. Oh, no, I take that back because Joshua Williamson took over at some point.
He did, yes, he did. But yeah, just to be able to take this on head on and just knock it out of the ballpark. Like, clutch doesn't even begin to describe how great that is.
I can't wait to see all he continues to do in the future.
I love when we were making this list, I didn't even get to write my top artist because you had already filled it in.
It's not the first time I've done this to you.
As much as I love Paulo, and Paulo did have some really nice work this year, he did 5 covers and a shitload of magic cards. Confirmation, there will be more. If I have to give an interior artist their due this year, it's definitely 100% Jason Farbach. Going back to Rook Exodus, his perspective in some of those issues, the way that he does splashes, he uses splashes in a way that not a lot of modern artists do, in my opinion, because not only is it less work because it's a bigger space, so you can take up more space in the actual comic. The way that he drives story specifically with his splashes versus just making them a spectacle, awesome. So my pick for Artist of the Year, Jason Farbach.
It's a real good one.
Top colorist of 2025. Who do you think that was for you?
I kind of mentioned before, but Jordi Belair, Absolute Wonder Woman. It's just so good, and she pairs so well with Hayden. I can't not put this book in this list more than once. It just feels matted at points, and that really brings a depth to this style of storytelling. Like, it makes it feel more of like a classic story. Weird way to describe it, but like,
you described it correct. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels.
The team is so perfect. It's like the icing on the cake. That's really what it is.
And Jordi does a lot of books, and she does every book very well. But I do think there is something special about Absolute Wonder Woman, the whole team, in the way that they approach that book, for sure. I had a cop out with this one. Technically, I think that the colors on Out of Alcatraz by Tyler Crook are just mesmerizing. His watercolor work. Yeah, we both doubled down, of course. But his watercolor work has always been great. I mean, going back to Harrow County and going back to his covers for Marvel, like, his colors have always been great with his watercolor. But the way that he was able to color this series specifically, there are specific pages that if I were a rich man, I would own, but I'm not, so I don't. But like, the way that he was able to blend not only just color, but because it is watercolor, you can't control that nearly as well as just straight up normal coloring. So every single one is banger after banger. I want to give Tyler his due for sure. So yeah, colorist, weird answer, but it is Tyler Crook for Out of Alcatraz.
Nothing sweeter than a repeater, as Dimitri would say.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. Top letterer.
I gotta give it to Buddy. Buddy's creativity in Mad Cave's New Space Age by Kenny Porter and Mike Becker. I gotta give it to Buddy. Buddy Boudin, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, took little snippets of Mike Becker's art of basically what you see here, right? Shoulder and head, and put it in the narration box so you knew who was speaking. Genius. It is the most simple but perfect touch to that book, and it made the book feel even more like what it was. And if you're not familiar with New Space Age, you definitely need to go grab issue 1. Issue 2 should be out pretty soon. It's the little things, you know, like caring enough to make that step. I'll always remember that from that book now. Like, anytime I revisit that book, that's always going to stand out to me.
And it's real genius because most letterers would just change the color of the text box or something like that to actually use artist renderings to convey different sects of conversation. Don't know why it wasn't done to nauseum before, but the fact that it is also a part of the Space Age book and it feels futuristic, like, that makes it like that much better.
It just fits the whole vibe. Like, it's crazy. Like, if you're playing a game, right, and you just go through the cinematic and you're about to start mission 1 and you just go out into the open world and you're starting to walk, and in the top left corner the commander's explaining to you, our men are overrun, you got to get there. Like, it's that little pop-up, and it just makes the book.
That's awesome. For my choice for top letterer of 2025, I just went with the GOAT, Clayton Krause. He does everything under the sun. His range cannot be beat at the moment. He is just a classic letterer in the sense, pretty much on almost every single Marvel book, if not more. Always does a fantastic job. Generally always brings home letter of the year for good reason. It's not only just the vast series of work he has, but all of them fit incredibly well with the style that he chooses. So yes, definitely Clayton Krause. What was your favorite variant cover of the year? Now, this is a real difficult one because not only are we just talking about issues, but almost every single issue in comics now has at least 2 covers. So if you have to pick one, what is your favorite?
It's so hard because there's so many favorite artists and there's so many new favorite artists. And like you said, some books, I think DCKO had like 30 variants or something crazy. I got to go with All New Venom number 5, C2E2 2025, John Tyler Christopher, White Negative Space Virgin variant. For those who don't know, it is Mary Jane in a Venom-themed swimsuit with black lipstick, but it's a negative, so nice black and white, and really the main pop of color is her red hair. It is just a clean variant. There's 2 variations to it. He needs to keep doing these. He needs to keep doing the negative space variants forever. I see a bunch of red ones he's got coming out now. Those are pretty nice. But this one is gonna always, to me, be like his cover, you know? Like certain artists have like the cover, like this is his cover.
My choice for top variant of the year, very biased, but Carlos Del Armas, Tales of the Shadow Man, issue number 2 cover. When I first saw the cover, I was absolutely blown away by it. I was like, this is awesome because it is very much voodoo feel. We get a lot of the mythos just within the cover. And then I went and I bought it. Having the original
son of a
art,
bitch.
I'm slightly biased, but the fact that it is ballpoint pen. This is done with a ballpoint pen.
Is it really?
This is all ballpoint pen. And like, I don't see a single pencil line. So if he did like the pencils and then did a light box to do the ballpoint, that's great. But like, this is all just ballpoint pen.
Wow. I love how I say favorite cover and you pull up the original art of it.
Not everyone can do that, but when you like an obscure character, you can. And so I did, and I will.
That is a very, very solid choice.
Top character of 2025. Now, we know how you feel about a specific version of Wonder Woman. Does she take home the cake?
No, because I'm going to be a hypocrite and say the opposite of what I said about that. And I'm just going to say Batman, because there's so many good Batman books right now. You not only have the new Matt Fraction with Jorge Jimenez, you not only have the new Absolute Batman world that is going to their new Joker arc. We have Batman and Robin wrapping up, as I mentioned. And if we want to get real technical, Batman's showing up in other books. Night Fight, he's everywhere, and everywhere he is right now is good. And like Dark Patterns, like there's so many things.
That right there. He's everywhere, and everywhere he is good. That right there. That line right there.
Is it the most popular character in the world? I don't know. I mean, Spider-Man might be. But right now, he's the best.
That's where I'm going to flip the coin. 2025 has definitely been the year of Batman, but I also think that Spider-Man deserves a spotlight. Ultimate Spider-Man has been one of the greatest series that Marvel has put out for the better part of a decade. And again, wherever Spider-Man shows up is good. He's not been nearly everywhere that Batman has been, but he's been almost just as good. He should be receiving just as many MVP votes, slightly less. But it's Spider-Man. Obviously, you're talking about the 2 biggest characters in comics. And that says something about the state of comics right now when we can definitively say that 2 of the most popular characters ever are still great after all this time. And they're still being reinvented in new ways and having great new stories told. So I will pick Spider-Man because you're picking Batman. I feel as though we both could exchange those picks and give a great argument.
That is true, because Spider-Man is also a broad statement that you could also include Miles Morales, which has had a fantastic run that is supposedly wrapping up by Cody Ziegler.
I didn't say Peter specifically. I said Spider-Man.
But if we were talking Peter, Ultimate Spider-Man, Peter Parker is my Peter Parker.
Interesting. That's your Peter Parker.
An inexperienced, aged Peter.
You're like a fine wine Peter.
Yes.
That doesn't know its legs.
Yes.
Kyle, what are you most looking forward to in the year of 2026 when it comes to comics?
As you may have noticed, we have done a half-decent job of befriending Franklin Jonas. I'm very, very excited, especially off the few pages we've seen so far, of what this spinoff is. Not only am I excited for that, it's more the idea of that, because when we first spoke to Franklin for almost 2 hours on a random Wednesday night, the passion and knowledge he has of comics, how could he not write books? You know, this is like the first step. So I'm excited for this, just to get some of his writing out there and then what's to come. because this will not be a one and done. I am very positive of that.
I'm most looking forward to two things. One written down, one not written down. Of course, I'm really looking forward to the Daredevil #1, Stephanie Phillips and Lee Gabert. Lee Gabert's one of my favorite artists of the modern day. Stephanie is a fantastic writer. I very much like the guy. So I'm very confident that series is going to be really good. And the other thing that I'm really, really looking forward to is the Superman Spider-Man crossover. I called it that it was happening. I'm very much excited to see what other crossovers DC and Marvel decide to do after this one. But I feel like this one's going to just be knocked out of the ballpark for sure. Just like the Deadpool, Batman, Deadpool one was, the Superman, Spider-Man, Superman one is going to be even better because it won't have Deadpool in it. Those are the two things that I am most anticipating in 2026. What are you most looking forward to adding to your collection in 2026?
So, as some of you may have followed, I have been hoarding Batman Beyond the White Knight #1 sketch variant covers, one per shop by Sean Murphy. I've been hoarding these covers. There's probably only 1,500 to 2,000 of them in the world. I have been hunting a 9.8. Did I acquire a 9.8 in 2025? Yes, I did. Did I send that 9.8 for signature and remark and it come back as a 9.6 because CGC discovered something they didn't discover the first time, and I'm pretty certain I'm right because of the notes? Did I pay full price for that 9.8 that was secretly a 9.6 the whole time? Yes. Did I just spend over $400 to get another 9.8 to try again? It'll be delivered in an hour or two. Yes, but I'm not giving up. I'm excited to have a 9.8 of Batman Beyond the White Knight #1 sketch variant, one per shop, with signature and remark by Sean Murphy. I'm excited to have that, mainly because Pierre has one.
I was going to say, does it bother you that you don't have it and Pierre does?
Yeah, because I was sending 3 knowing it was a white cover and it was going to be a nightmare to get a 9.8. To me, of the Batman Beyond books, when he gets a movie, this is going to be like #3 in worth. Like, you're literally going to have a #1, obviously with a newsstand variation price. You're going to have probably his like Joker, the animated movie book version. That'll probably be like a #2 in cost. And I think this book will be #3.
You nailed that square on the head.
For me to send multiple, knowing this price is going to continue to go up and up and up, which it has, and it kind of flatlined now. And for me to send a few and Pierre to send one, because I told him you should grab one if you're a fan, like it's going to be a pricey book in the future. And for him to get the 9.8 and me try 4 to 5 more times now, and still the best I can get is a 9.6. And he got it on the first hit. We're just going to hoard him. I'm going to be like that Kabuto guy. You saw the Kabuto guy? He's just collecting Kabutos for Pokemon. Guy. That's what I'm doing with this book. Problem is the Kabuto is like $10 card.
Well, he's market manipulated it. It was a $2 card because of how many he's bought. It's gone up to a $10 card, which is insane to think that one person
can do that. Now, I don't think I can do that with a book that's priced for $300 to $400, but I'm going to damn well try until I get a 9.8.
My most anticipated pickup of 2026. Marvel Magic cards are being released in March. I know Paulo has cards. I'm really, really thinking one of them is a Daredevil card. Daredevil Magic the Gathering card by Paulo. Hoping that's a real thing. But Paulo also announced he's doing some Batman stuff. Don't know what it is yet, but I'm excited. He hasn't dipped his toe too much in DC. Had very, very little over the years. But again, something Batman related by Paulo. Definitely looking forward to picking that up. And also going to cons and just seeing what I find. I'm really hoping to do about like 6 to 7 cons next year. This year I did 7.
So that was our Paneloids 2025 recap. We've done 50 live streams in the year of 2025.
15 of which were interviews with creators such as Justin Jordan, Christopher Cantwell, Tyler Crook,
Chris Condon, a lot of Chris's, Jeffrey Allen Love, Sam Humphries, twice, Maytel Zahoot, Kelly Thompson, Griffin Sheridan, Ethan Parker,
Zach Kaplan, Jason Fawbuck, Kurt Pyers, and a surprise appearance from none other than Franklin Jonas,
Philip Kennedy Johnson, Kenny Porter, and Mike Becker.
And then we ended the year with Ryan Stegman and Stephanie Phillips.
Our Discord has reached 270 members as of yesterday. And across all platforms, we have a whopping 10,000 followers.
And we had some great guest hosts this year. Cosmic Collector, Kai Bucks, Comic Talk, Geek Mythos, and of course our Discord daddy John. And then again, Franklin Jonas came on.
Heading into the next year, more of the same, just more of the same. Weekly live streams, more guests, and of course more interviews. with new creators we haven't spoken to, returning creators we have spoken to.
Thank you so much for watching or listening or being a part of our community. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. You're making this a lot of fun for us. We're getting a lot of great interaction. We cannot thank you enough for giving us your time, your ears, and your eyes. Thank you so much. We'll see you in 2026.